Welcome to Maddie's World. Enter the world of networking, technology and gaming.
Let's begin. Today we have gone through very basic things. What is Ansible, right? How Ansible works, right? And how you can get started with some documentation, how you can see the beautiful Ansible documentation, and how you can get started with the some ad hoc commands, right? That's pretty simple things. Ansible is a push-based configuration management tool. That means in only one node, where in the central node you only need to install the Ansible. So it uses SSH client to connect with all the nodes in the network, right? So one of the easiest, you can say, configuration management tool to use. Okay, if not, so let's get started with doing some, basic playbooks today. Right. Again, I'm going to take my Ansible box. Ansible is already installed. I have already taken you through the inventory file, right? What is an inventory file and how you are going to define your inventory in the inventory file. So let's get in now and see further. Sorry for this, I put the incorrect username there. Right. So let me increase the font here, appearance. So let's keep it 16. And let's change its color here also, and let me take it as a system color. Okay, that's fine. So let me get that client node also. Okay, that sounds good. Now the client machine is also accessible to me, right? So let's get started with writing some basic playbooks, right? So what is playbooks? That I have already told you, right? Playbooks are basically, small chunks of task that you are writing in the form of playbook. ठीक है, nothing else. जो भी आपके छोटे छोटे टास्क हैं, you are writing them in the form of playbooks, right? So that whenever you execute them, those tasks will be executed, right? So to move forward in the Ansible, first it's very essential to understand the playbooks, right? So you can create one folder here which is called the playbook. So I'm doing that, right? And we are done with this. Once you're done with this, just go ahead inside this playbook and see what exactly we want to do now. So let's say the first task we're gonna do is we are going to install, let's say, some web servers, or we want to install some package here, right? So we have only tools and file system, but we do not have the package installed yet, right? And we want to write the playbook which can install a, you can say, a package on that system. So some of the basic YML I have already put in here that can be really helpful for you. But whenever you are going to get started with the things, you should notice what things you need to install the package, right? What exactly the package manager you are going to use in that system. So let's say we are going with the yum, right? So the first thing what we need is we need utility, right? So what we will do is we will call Ansible yum module. So go ahead here. You already know about the modules, how to get the modules, and you will get all the details of the Ansible module here. right? Below you'll see task also, how to write those tasks here, right? So the next task with us is whenever we start writing playbooks, we'll have to define where those playbooks will run, right? And the second task, now we know, right? First task we know what we need to do. We need to write one playbook which can install some packages, and for that we need one module which is called yum or some package manager. The second is, what is this? Second is inventory file, right? In inventory file we have to define multiple hosts, right? Here let's say what I do is I take this host also here. I put the entry of this host here also. Let's say I call it some other name. I create one other inventory here. Let's say I call it middleware, right? And I paste this server here. Let me do shift insert, right? So I have created two inventory here. So first is middleware and the second is web server. You can place multiple server in these inventories like here also, right? If you need to put more servers, go ahead and put the servers here in this inventory file, right? Once you are done with those things, you are all good. Sorry, I missed to save that. We call it middleware. Let me insert it here. Let me save this inventory file. Now, the second thing we needed to do is inventory file, right? Now, when we are going to write the playbook, how we start, right? That's the initial stage for us, right? We have done it through two things. We have analyzed where we need to run those playbooks, and we have created the host inventory file. And the second is we have created one, uh, you can say, we have analyzed which tool we need to do that. So let's go inside the playbook now, right? And let's give it a playbook like I will call it install httpd.yml. You can give the yml also, right? You can give dot. Always you start with triple dash, right? Whenever you start writing the playbooks, you start with the playbooks, right? And remember it like, the space and things matter here, right? So many things will be matter here, so you can take the references of these playbooks in initial stage, right? Whenever you are going to do anything, you can take the references of those, all the playbooks here, right? The first thing you need to specify is minus host, right, where this will run, right? If you see here, sorry, it's host, right? And you can give the inventory file name here. Let's say you want to run this in web servers. I will call it web server, right? The next is once you have specified it where it will run, right? Next task will be to call the task here, right? What task you are going to do? The task would be these. What we are going to do on this? So drag it here, put it here, tasks. That's very simple language, right? It says what task you are going to perform. Give some space here in the task and take anything from here, like what you are going to do here. There are so many format of writing the playbooks here, right? You can put it like this only, right? You can give the yum module, what is the name of this module, what is the enable repo, anything like that, right? So there are so many things. Let's say you want to use this thing. Let's say you want to install the install first, right? So you take this. So let's say just you can give the name here. So to give the name, it's minus name. So how it will come? Also you can just take the references from here in initial time, right? Also after task you have to give one space that I have given here, right? And then give the name after space and then the message you wants to write, right? So just give one space, one and two space, give hyphen name. What is the name of the task you would like to keep? Let's say I will call it installing httpd, right? Spaces and these things are very necessary here, right? So those all things will come with the practice. Now you have given the name, okay, I'm doing this. Now you need to write the task, right? When we talk about writing the task, right, what you are going to do, you have to write the module below the name section as it is here, right? That's we saying name is install the httpd. Next, what packet you are going to use. So just go here and say you are going to use yum or some another package manager you are going to use, right? So just give enter. Also see, after you give the commands here, right, what package manager you are using or what module you are using, after giving one and two spaces, then you have to give the name of that package and what would be the state of that package, right? And if you think ये हम कैसे decide कर रहे हैं, name is package का name, state is this, right? अगर आप ऊपर जाते हो, if you give here, you see here like what is the state, right? You see here state is these and name is package name. You can give name equals to package name, you can give state equals to this, and any way you want. So first we are trying with this itself, right? The first tag we are giving is we are just getting started with this. We are giving the name and we are giving the state. So just come here. After doing this, give here name. What is the package name you are going to install? Just give the name here. And I'm going to give httpd. And what is the state? And you can give the colon installed. Right? Those all things you have to decide it from here itself, from this state, right? What is the state of that package? So once you are done with this, this is the small playbook that you have written now. That's a, you can say test playbook, right? So just go up and give a bit space here too, right? So just save this playbook and just give it a dry run first, right? I said whenever you are running any command, you can do hyphen hyphen help. Oh shit. Right, whenever you are running any command, you can give the hyphen hyphen help and you can take the argument from here if you don't remember them, right? Let's say initially if you want to see the dry run only, right? You can try with the hyphen hyphen syntax check. So that's also necessary. That will tell you where is the error. You can do ansible hyphen playbook, right? Hyphen hyphen syntax hyphen check. So what it will do, oh sorry, I forgot to give the playbook name, right? So give it and just have a look if there is any issue in your syntax. If you get any syntax error, you will get error here, error message here, right? This is the error, this is the line number that you see error. Sometimes you will see some unnecessary errors because that error would be coming because of some spaces or something, right? So this is the format you have to write your task, right? The next is if you are done with this, you can also check it with the dry run. Sometimes you do not want to directly run your playbooks in the servers. Just go ahead and give the dry run and you can check the, if there is only the syntax, right? You can check, you can do hyphen hyphen check first, right? You can also do the difference if you want to check the difference here, right? So what I'm going to do is I will check, do hyphen hyphen check first. So ever remember running these things also. So what it will do is it is saying okay, this will gather the fact. After gathering the fact, what it will do is this is the host which is reachable, right? And this is the host, it will change, right? And recap would be this is the host where it will change one thing, right? One package will be installed. So you have to remember those things. So once you are done with checking your syntax and checking everything, you can go ahead and hit enter, right? So it's going to install that specific package for you in that box, right? You can see now the package has been successfully installed now there in that system, right? If you go ahead and want to see that, you'll be able to see the package is there, right? You can see now the HTTP package is available here, right? Which was not available earlier. So in the same way, right? If you want to uninstall it, what do you need to do? I'll just change it install.yml to uninstall.yml. right? What you need to do is the similar way, triple dash, the host inventory where you would like to run it, the task. After task, you just come down, give one space here, give one space and give the task name here. Then start writing your modules here. I would call it, let's say absent, right? Go ahead and run this playbook, Ansible hyphen playbook uninstall.yml. So what it will do is it will quickly go and uninstall that package from that box, right? So this is the one thing. Now if I go ahead and verify my package is there, you can see guys, now my package has been removed successfully, right? This is the one thing you try to do, like just installing and uninstalling package, right? Let's go inside the installing package now. Again, let's say you want to write new task here. What you want is, as soon as you install your application or you install any of the package in your system, you want to start that service too, or you want to run a couple of tasks in that server too. How you will do it, right? That's you have to think about the another things also. That's what we need, the step-by-step thinkings, right? Once the package is installed, the second is starting service, third is putting some index.html pages and something there, right? So the next module will you will need is service, right? So if I type in here Ansible service module, right? Just go in the service module. I am trying to show you why I'm doing it, because you should be used of doing this, right? If you remember the documentation, if you know how to use them from the documentation, that will be easy for you, right? What service does is it manages, basically controls service on the remote host, right? Supports init system included BSD, OpenRC, right? And so many things. What all argument you can do here, what string, what can be the state, it can be reloaded, restarted, started, stopped, right? So, so many things guys you can decide here. Now, what is the name of package? How do you want to start it? Something like the name of the package, right? And how you want to do that. And if you come down, you will see the examples also here, right? How to do that. So I'm gonna come down again, right? I will give one space. So come on the same place now here, give the name. Just come before the name, right? If you give some spaces and something, there might be some issues. I will call it restarting service or starting service, right? What is the module you are going to use, right? Just give the module name here, service, right? And give the name of the package you would like to start, httpd, right? What should be the state, right? It should be started, stopped, enabled, and what? We don't have enabled steps here. We have reloaded, started, restarted, started, and stopped. I want this to be started first because I have not started yet, right? That's what I wanted it to be started. So again, whenever you have made any changes, the first task would be for you to Ansible hyphen playbook hyphen sorry, your playbook name, install, and hyphen hyphen syntax hyphen check. So syntax looks good. I don't see any issue in the syntax. So go ahead in the Ansible playbook, right, and write the playbook name here. Install http.yml. So it will go ahead and quickly install that package in your system. So here it says you see here it says two change was done. That means two task was done. Now if you go here guys and if you see it again, rpm-qa pipe graph -isttpd. Here you go, your package is there. And if you want to see the status also, systemctl status httpd. Here you go, right? Your Apache is successfully running, right? In the same way now, if you want to place some a file or if you want to copy some file in the destination, let's say I put one index.html here, right? Index.html, something. I would say if you go here in this repo, you will get couple of examples which can be useful too. You can directly get it from here, like install Apache, right? I have already kept it here. So if you see here, what I'm doing is I'm just copying something, from this source to destination where your HTML file is kept. So that's you'll have to decide which basically module you are going to use, right? So that's basically your target. So the next module we're going to use is, so I have created one index.html here, right? So I need copy module to copy this from here. So use the copy module. If you want to find that individual module only, right? If you have, if you want to search all the modules, so just go to the docs.ansible.com, look for the module, read about that module and implement it, right? So in this module, what I will do for copy, I will need source and destination first. This is the destination and this is the source. How you can use these modules, the description will be there. If you read here, the src is the directory where it must to, and the destination is where you want to send it. If you want to change some permission, modify something, so so many strings would be available here. If you get down, you will see the examples also, how you can use those examples. That's a pretty good thing about it, right? So let's go ahead and use it now. Install std.yml. Let's write the third task here. So let's give it a name. I will call name is copy index.html to destination, right? What is the service name? It's copy. What is the source? src equals to dot. You can give the dot also, you can give the src equals to here also. There is a way of doing it, right? So far we are giving the individual things here. If you don't want to do that, you can do this way also. Let's say you say copy, you want to use the copy module, right? I'll show the examples down. It might be will have those things here too. It doesn't have, I'll show you later on, right? So I said let's use the copy module here, and I'm saying src is, let me do pwd here. What is the file name? Index.html. Right, so let's come down and index.html, and the destination would be /et, sorry, where www html. Right, this is the location I want to send it. So you can give colon and dot path. So at this moment we are giving colon, so I'll give the colon here. So just verify the path. If you want to change the owner and something, you can do that also. Who will be the owner, who will be the group, and what is the mode of that file in the destination system, right? There are all the way you can do it, right? That's the benefit of using it, right? Whatever you would like to specify it, right? So you can save it after you have verified everything looks good to you. Something is space, sometime it may create the problem. So just give it a dry run once. Syntax hyphen check. Oh, what I missed? Here we go. We don't see any issue here, right? In the syntax. So you can do Ansible hyphen playbook and give your playbook name. Install std. Let's put one condition here more. I'll call it. Even we can use here name. I will call it service itself. Restart or reload Apache if there is some changes, right? And let me call it service only because that is the service. And what I'm going to give is name. Name is httpd, and I will call it state should be restart it. should be restarted on it, right? We'll have to check those things also sometime. Oh, that's I'm in a copy module. Oh, right, restart it. So let's go ahead and check the syntax once. Uh, that's my bad, guys. Sorry for this. Right, you find the syntax is fine, and go ahead and execute your playbooks without syntax check now. You can check again. You can you can do the dry run also, see what is happening in that remote system. Even you can see the difference also if you are changing something, what the difference would be. So you can see two tasks was done now. Earlier things was remain intact. The new task, what we did it copy the indexed file to the destination and reload the Apache, right? Even now I directly try to access if Apache page has been updated there. That should be blank though, because there was nothing in that in that specific file that I placed. So let's go there and see if that was executed successfully too. Right, so cd/where www.html, the page is there, and if you want to check the status also, systemctl status httpd, you can see guys it has been successfully installed here, right? Let's say I want to make some small changes here. Let's say I change in the index.html. That's my bad. Vi index.html, and I do here test and save it, and I rerun my playbook and see. I just want to see the diff. Oh shit, right? Uh, I'm not sure if see what will be the diff there. If you see that, so by mistake I did this for backslash. Sorry for that. So what would be the difference, guys? Before it was this, after it was this, right? You'll be able to see the difference too. If you want to see whatever changes you are making in the destination system, how those changes are going, right? So you can see this also here. So I will hit this now. So it has executed two tasks now, the copy to the destination and reloaded the file because there were changes. So now even if you check your site now, there should be changes. You should see that, right? That's how how easy to write the playbooks is, right? But remember few things what you need to understand, right? What all basic things you need to understand, right? That's how I call it. Ansible is very pretty simple and user friendly. Anyone can write their script in the Ansible, right? That's what we do it. So couple of modules, guys, you will need to practice first before we jump onto the roles and other things, right? So only those things which basically you do in your general life, right? You edit the files, right? You delete the files, you place some. Okay, so couple of things I would say you do practice more, guys, is those things I will tell you, right? Archive modules. I'll show you the list of modules. The first module is, let's go to the Ansible module. I will directly show it from there itself. That I would say you to do more practice, right? For getting started with the basic things. So here I go to the module index, right? I drag it down. The first module you have to take care about it. Let me remove those things here. Packaging modules that most basically you will use, right? The second module is file module. That's very necessary and most of the time you'll be using those modules, right? You can go ahead and see the remote management modules also, how you can do the remote management things also, right? And if you go to file modules, guys, in file module you will see couple of modules you'll find here. Here you need to learn about archive modules because most of the time you will see archive and unarchive in the system. You need to learn the block in file module because you'll have to insert, update, remove text from the file. You need to learn the copy modules, right? And you need to practice in line in file module because sometime you need to to make some changes in the files in some lines. You need to run the replace module, you need to run the stats module, you need to run the template module, which we'll discuss in very detail later on. You need to learn the unarchive module. That's very essential for you, right? These are the basic module that you have to have, remember those things will be asked in the interview also, and most basically those will come in your routine life to make changes. And the second is packaging module. In packaging module you need to learn most about is leave this module. I won't recommend this to use now, you can use this later. So learn more about yum module, see about it, right? The next is learn about the service module, which I told you initially, right? And let me jump onto the service module. If you find it somewhere, let me know. Source control. There are hell number, n number of modules available here. So it would be very difficult to find those modules too, right? So because there are for n number of clouds and services, right? So the most basic you need is archive, become module, block in file, facts, file in line, couple of playbooks that is essential and you can learn from them. Some writing loops, patching modules. You will see so many commands are being used inside it. Register module, tag module, or with item module. So you have to have learn about these modules. That's very essential. So I'll quickly take you through some more modules now.